Good morning, everybody. On this weather impact alert day this morning, we are following two big stories: the fallout and cleanup from yesterday's snow and the dangerous cold temperatures now settling in.
We have team coverage of Brissa Bradfield keeping an eye on the traffic for you, and Matt Wentz tracking our weather. And Matt, you were spot on timing out yesterday's storm on what we can expect, what we saw yesterday, and then also, you know, you've been telling us what we can expect today.
Yeah, everything behaved as expected yesterday. You know, it was a long duration event. A lot of people were waking up expecting all that snow to be on the ground yesterday morning, per the cranky people on social media. But overall, I think we ended up in the 8 to 14 inch range. And overall, we've got cold on the backside of that. And that cold is really going to take over in our forecast with some more snow this week. But we've got weather impact alerts, you guys, that go all week long, all the way through Friday. You're going to be thinking about the weather. We've got a snowy scene outside, 13 degrees right now over at Hopkins. Some snowflakes are falling. Lake effect snow is going to be our primary issue here as we go throughout the day. Temps are cold area wide. You throw in the wind. We've got wind chill values that are a little bit below zero by a couple degrees. This isn't the barbarically cold stuff. We'll get back to that tomorrow morning. We've got extreme cold warnings that have just been issued for the area as well. I mean, look at some of these wind chill values off towards the north. We will have numbers like this waking up tomorrow morning as we bring in some gusty wind out ahead of the next storm system. These are cold weather alerts that go all the way down to the Gulf Coast. This isn't the January cold. We don't have warnings and watches for that. This is the awful stuff all the way down to the Gulf Coast. We still have some lingering winter storm warnings as the system pulls away. The bulk of the snow now out towards New England. Maine still getting some of the snow storm. But for us here locally, that cold air continues to spill across the lakes. And yes, Lake Erie is 92% frozen, but we still have some lake effect that comes out of the ice. You get a little ice secretion, and overall we've got obviously other Great Lakes that bring us moisture. And so lake effect snow will be prominent today, especially from Cleveland out towards the east. Look at it going right now, getting down to the Akron area. Little trough producing some uplift. So we've got decent snow. Summit County getting into Portage County, Geauga County, eastern Cuyahoga, even back towards Lorain County. It is snowing this morning, and this snow is going to continue as we go throughout the day. You can see the forecast on and off snow. Temperatures up near 18. We're going to talk about a snowy and windy day tomorrow, and we'll talk cold temperatures coming up in your forecast.
More snow. All right. Thanks, Matt. Well, taking a look outside. If you do have to head on out the door today, just travel slow as one would expect on a day like today. But I will tell you what, here's 480 at 77. This scene looking way better than even 7 o'clock last night during my drive home. You could barely see one lane open. Now you can actually see 2 lanes open. The plow drivers have been so busy. We are very thankful for all of those ODOT drivers and SALT drivers this morning as well. Taking a look at the big picture map, we are starting to see more green move on in. Again, yesterday it was all yellow, orange, and even a lot of red. But 71 right now, just a little bit slow moving. We still do have a lot of snow coverage, especially in these eastbound and westbound lanes just before the Metro Health curve. But I'll tell you what, these drive times are starting to go down a bit, which is great news. Last night it was taking you 25 minutes to get between the Turnpike and 490. This morning that drive only going to take you 17 minutes. So we are moving in the right direction and clearing these roads, guys.
That is good news, Brissa. Thank you. 5:03. Let's continue our coverage of road conditions, which you can also see on our streaming app. Candace Hare was out in the snow at the height of the storm yesterday, and guess what? She's back at it again.
She can't get enough. Candace, I think it's safe to say we will be seeing more drivers on the road today.
You would have to think that's the case, Dave. Danita, good morning. Certainly roads better than what we saw during the peak of things yesterday. But when all that snow is moved out of the way, you wind up with piles like this. I don't know. It's about not quite as tall as I am, but pretty high, we'll say that much. But certainly crews have been out working, trying to make things as passable as possible. Actually, if you take a look over to my right, you're going to see a private plow out here trying to work to clear a nearby parking lot. And I have to think that's the name of the game today, right? Whether it is a business, whether it is the roads, whether it's your house, whether you're getting out and shoveling today, clearing all of this mess out of the way is going to be what's on the docket for a lot of us today. And making things tricky right now is that, at least here in Akron, snow is still falling. So something to keep in mind if you're looking to head outdoors today. But we're in cleanup mode, Dave, Danita. I know I've got some cleaning up to do when I get home as well.
Everyone's going to have to get to work. You're not the only one. All right, Candace, thank you so much. Stay warm, stay warm. Well, ODOT says they have more than 1,200 crews working across the state right now, trying to keep everyone safe on the roads.
Yeah, that's a lot, and they've been working hard and say the biggest challenges they are seeing is blowing snow. Let's check in now. David Greenberg, he joins us live with a look at what he is seeing on the roads as he is in the car. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. Yeah, that blowing snow. creating somewhat of a factor here this morning. Also partially because we were behind an ODOT plow truck here on 271 South on the express lanes. He's sort of pushing off some of the rest of this stuff into the median, trying to create and open up those extra lanes for drivers here. And as Candace was mentioning, they're really in cleanup mode right now. As it is still snowing here, like Matt was saying, they do have that lake effect snow that's now starting to come down, particularly here on the east side right now. Still coming down, not super heavy, but again, just enough to cause a bit of a nuisance out there. But in certain areas, it is pretty crazy to see where we were driving, like I said, on 271 South here. Some of the snow that's been pushed off onto the median was almost as high as the window here of our cars. It just kind of goes to show the perspective of how much snow we've been getting and how much snow there is still left to clean up. But as you can see right now, the road looking pretty good out here for drivers this morning. It's been the case. We were heading on 90 East for a while as well. For the most part, I would say there's one lane that's really cleared over. We've seen a bunch of ODOT crews, though they were in that formation, one after the other, trying to clear off some of those lanes heading in the westbound on 90. And really that's what they're going to be doing all day long here, just trying to get ahead of some more snow here throughout the day, guys. Yeah,
Greenberg, you say cleared, but I mean, still a lot of work to do just from watching this.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we said, this was a big storm yesterday with lots and lots of snow, creating lots of impacts for people. So I know there's tons of school closings as well, hundreds. I think we're up to almost 500 now. So you can see why, just with some of the difficult conditions. And then hopefully if you can work remote today, you work remote.
Yeah. Okay, David Greenberg live for us. We'll check back in with you in a little bit. Thank you. And now that the brunt of the snow has passed, be sure to stay off the streets in certain areas. Parking bans have been issued in several cities across Northeast Ohio. This includes Cleveland, Cuyahoga Falls, Elyria, and Lorain County, just to name a few. In Akron, parking bans do not start until later this morning at 7. And you can see the QR code right here on your screen for our extended weather coverage on the WKYC streaming app. Our team will be giving updates all morning long. Again, scan that QR code to download the WKYC app.